Hi, I'm Sarah Pettick with Noble Invention Bike Touring, and today we are in the Cincinnati riverfront. We are going to be looking at the Ohio to Erie bike trail, and in this video specifically the section between Cincinnati and Columbus. The Ohio to Erie bike trail runs from the Ohio River right here in Cincinnati to Lake Erie all the way in Cleveland. So it crosses the entirety of the state kind of at a diagonal. The majority of the Ohio to Erie trail system is paved and is bike path. However, it is not flat. And in general, the Ohio to Erie trail as a whole is not flat. So if you like to have a little bit of rolling elevation, a little bit of a challenge, this could be a great trail for you. Because it's mostly paved, I would say anything you're comfortable with riding on streets or that type of trail will be fine. If you have a very wide tire or a very heavy bike, you'll be a little bit slower, but really anything's fine. Well, let's get started. We'll ride out of the Cincinnati riverfront and we'll see the first part of the Ohio to Erie trail. Loveland is a very popular town right here along the Little Miami Scenic Trail. We're only about 25 miles outside of Cincinnati, so not too far into the trip or pretty close to the end if you're going in the other direction. It's a great place to have a quick stop if you need one at the trailhead, restrooms and water and plenty of places to sit. But as you'll see, there's also lots of places to grab a snack or grab a meal, places to get coffee or just sit and kind of watch all of the other folks that are coming here to enjoy the trail. And we've reached Xenia. The Xenia Bike Hub actually has 5 different rail trails leaving from this one location. So it's a good idea to have your mapping on you and make sure that you follow the Ohio to Erie trail route. We're almost to the end of our time on the Little Miami Scenic Trail. So do watch where you're going to be going as you leave Xenia. But this is a great trailhead. The brick building behind me is actually a replica built in 1998, but it is a replica of an 1880s railroad station that would have been here when there were multiple rail lines that came straight through this hub. So today, that's part of the reason there are so many trails leaving from here. And you also get a chance inside the building to visit their welcome center. There's also water and restrooms. So it's a nice place to have a stop and then consult your mapping and continue on your way towards Columbus. Riding out of Xenia, we joined with the prairie grass trails. I don't know why that's a tongue twister, prairie grass trails. Regardless, just a nice, relaxing number of, I think about 23 or 25 miles. The nice thing about this section of the Ohio to Erie route is that you are passing through some small towns, Cedarville, South Charleston, and then London, where we are now. So you have really convenient options for if you need to stop and get something to eat, if you want to stop for an overnight. And I think they're about 10-ish miles apart. So like this one little section is really nice and easy to do. London actually has a really nice trailhead here. You get some picnic tables and a pavilion. There are restrooms and water, and there are even some platforms for camping. So if you wanted to camp along this section of the trail, you can do that. Once you are past this trailhead, you are confronted with two choices for route. You can either go through the main street area kind of, or you take like a bypass that goes just around the main street. You're gonna see the same stores almost basically both ways. You just go around in 2 different directions, the center of London. And then you join up at the other end for where you're then back onto bike path, which will take you towards Columbus. So this section through London actually does take you through the town on some streets. And there's coffee and places to get food, coffee houses, places to get food here as well. But then after London, you are back on bike trail for, I think, another maybe 20 miles or so until you're really into the outskirts of Columbus. So that's what we'll see next. Getting closer to Columbus, we again come to a network of bike trails, so do watch your mapping. It can get a little bit confusing as you're approaching the city. We're taking the Camp Chase Trail pretty close into town, and then you jump onto the Scioto River Trail. And that brings you here to this lovely redeveloped riverfront area. This is a beautiful area, lots of joggers, bikers. You'll see festivals, music concerts going on. So just a really lovely area to walk around here right at the riverfront in Columbus. As you follow the route into downtown Columbus, you're actually on the Downtown Connector Trail, well named. And this is a set of bike lanes and a mostly sharrowed traffic lane. So a sharrow, but you are on street. That said, I do think that this is a very well planned route through the Arena District. The sharrowed lanes are very wide, and I've ridden it multiple times through different types of traffic. I've not had issues. However, for those who prefer not to ride with traffic at all, you can certainly walk the couple of blocks on the sidewalks through the Arena District, and you won't have any trouble at all. Here in Columbus, you'll find lots of places to stay, lots of places to eat. It's not quite halfway along the Ohio to Erie Trail. It's a little bit closer to Cincinnati than it is to Cleveland. But if you are looking for a rest day or a longer half-day stay, I do think Columbus is a nice place to do that, just because there are things to see and this nice riverfront that you can relax at. It is the most populous city in the state of Ohio. It is also their capital. And of course, Ohio State University is located here as well. So that kind of combines to give you a lot of options here in Columbus. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it gave you an idea of what the OTAD is like, at least between Cincinnati and Columbus. And if you watch our next video, of course, you'll get to see the rest of the trail. I should mention we do offer self-guided bike tours on this trail and a number of others. If you're interested, you can check us out at nobleinventionbiketouring.com.